What is up, everybody? Mike Singer from blueandgold.com here with Notre Dame's 7th spring practice report. Some really good stuff today that you'll see in these clips. Before we dive into today's video, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up so you can like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content, and make sure you go to blueandgold.com for all of your Notre Dame football coverage. So guys, if you're going to make me pick kind of one takeaway or storyline from this practice and the video sent to us by Notre Dame, it's probably the left side of the line of Spindler at left guard and Fisher at left tackle. And you'll see both of them here. Great protection by both of them. Jack Cohn going to fire a strike to Joe Wilkins in tight coverage, defended by Clarence Lewis. Joe Wilkins, from what I've been told by sources in South Bend, they've just been very impressed with Joe Wilkins. And in these clips we've seen of him so far through 7 practices, I've been impressed with him. The size, the speed, reliability. I think Joe Wilkins is going to have a really good season. One thing I kind of like about this clip is you see all the Notre Dame offensive linemen and other receivers kind of coming over to celebrate with Wilkins that were on that play. Drew Pine didn't throw that touchdown pass. That was Jack Cohn, but Drew Pine fired up for his teammate and wanted to come over and celebrate. A big storyline of spring practice so far has been all of the offensive line. Loose Emoji, our senior editor at blueandgold.com, called it a Rubik's Cube. A lot of different rotations and Notre Dame trying guys out of different positions. Well, here's Michael Carmody. I believe this is the first time we've seen him at left tackle. And we'll see another offensive line unit that I thought was interesting. So Howard Cross, who I've heard good things about, gets a good run at Drew Pine. But hey, Drew Pine is a little bit on the shorter side, but had no problem finding Lorenzo Styles there for a touchdown. That was the top 100 receiver signee for Notre Dame in the 2021 class early, and really nice to see him getting in some action there. Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa, someone we've talked a lot about this spring, blocked by a couple of Notre Dame tight ends, but hey, he has no problem getting out of that and tackles Braden Lenzy, the speedster from Oregon. Let's talk about Myron again. You have a Chris Tyree run here. Seems like he's got some wiggle, and then here comes MTA out of nowhere to make a tackle. Seems to be adjusting really well to his big end position in Marcus Freeman's defense. Really like what we've seen from Myron. And we have Michael Carmody at left tackle again on this play. Dylan Gibbons is at center, something I don't believe we've seen much of this spring. John Dirksen at right guard. Tosh Baker at right tackle. That's a new position for him again, at least according to these clips. Notre Dame has sent the media. Quinn Carroll at left guard here. Pine gets some great protection. Sibo Flemister picks up Justin Adamalola, and then Pine delivers just a beautiful ball with Philip Riley in coverage. See, Litchfield Ajavon is not able to come over and help in time. This was the play of the day. In my opinion, Drew Pine has really looked good, and I think he might have even surprised some people with how much of a, maybe it's a foregone conclusion that Jack Cohn's the starting quarterback, but I think Pine is making it maybe a little bit more of a battle than some people think. One thing that maybe concerned me about this play is you see Jordan Johnson noticeably limping. Hopefully he is okay, and it's just kind of a stinger, but the Notre Dame offense celebrating in the end zone. Number 0, Braden Lenzy. See Mitchell Evans, I believe that is on the left side of your screen. Drew Pine fired up as always with his team scoring. The offensive linemen come down to celebrate the big score in this scrimmage as well. If we haven't talked enough about Blake Fisher this spring, why don't we just do it a little bit more? See him at left tackle there going up against Jason Adamalola. Blake makes quick work of him. This is a screen pass. You'll see Josh Lugg, number 75 there. I think he gets called for a holding on this screen out to Kyron Williams. You see a couple Notre Dame players out blocking. You saw Rocco Spindler getting downfield, and this was a nice gain for Kyron Williams, tackled by linebacker Bo Bauer. And on Saturday in Brian Kelly's press conference, he talked about Cam Hart and how impressed he's been. Hart comes in on a little corner blitz from the short side of the field and makes a tackle for loss on Kyron Williams. And you have Cam Hart fired up. This is a guy who I feel like if he starts for Notre Dame at the boundary position, that would be good for the Fighting Irish because he has that length and size you're looking for. Here's a fake jet sweep to Avery Davis, I believe that was. Then Jack Cohn ends up throwing over to Davis to his left. Davis looks to make a move on Maris Lufau, but he is tackled quickly. Nice play by Lufau. Another one of these guys who I feel like Notre Dame has showcased a good bit in these videos, and probably because he's a really good player and it has been impressive. Isaiah Foske's another guy we've talked a lot about. You have this little zone run to the right. George Takis is just not going to be able to get that block on Isaiah Foske, so he's first to hit Sibo Flemister, and then you have Jason Adamalola and Tariq Bracy helping bring down Sibo Flemister. I was honestly a little surprised Notre Dame put this play in here when you consider nothing really happened. Just Jack Cohn will scramble for a couple yards, but you'll see Isaiah Foske on the right side of your screen kind of comes up limping. You see big number 7 there in the white grabbing his left leg. Hopefully he is okay. You got Jordan Johnson limping, Isaiah Foske limping. Hopefully these two guys are okay and will be back in practice in no time. Jack Cohn feeling some pressure. Gets rid of it just at the last second. Beautiful strike to Michael Mayer. I don't know how you guys feel about that nickname, Baby Gronk, but I love it. The dude is just incredible. I think he's easily one of the best tight ends in the country returning next year, and he has a strong connection with Jack Cohn. Rocco Spindler here. You see him blocking Riley Mills on the left side of your screen. JD Bertrand will also come in. Rocco basically is able to block both guys, and then Jack Cohn finds a wide open Kyron Williams for a touchdown down the left sideline. Nice pitch and catch there, and some good protection by the Notre Dame offensive line. And of course, as always, these guys are excited. There's George Takis celebrating with Kyron Williams after the touchdown. And Drew Pine. Drew Pine was, again, not in that play, but came over to celebrate. Drew Pine, I really love seeing him in these clips. He's really excited for his guys, and then is celebrating with the guy he's competing against and just met a month or two ago. So that's really unique to see. And there's, again, a good look at the Notre Dame offense celebrating. And on this next play here, Tyler Buckner is in at quarterback. His pass is batted at the line. Don't believe we get a great look at who that is. That batted it down might be Riley Mills, who is celebrating over there. And how about we mention Mills' name again? Tyler Buckner drops back, surveying the field. Jordan Patelho comes around the side. And Riley Mills right there as well for the sack. Interesting, you see number 44 in the middle of your screen. That's Devin Alpue, a Viper signee for Notre Dame, early enrollee in the 2021 class. Think the Viper position that Marcus Freeman is going to have in his defense is going to be a little bit different than maybe what we've seen before. That's more of an outside backer than a stand-up D-end. And also, you'll see on the left side of your screen, the offensive tackle, right tackle specifically, that's Caleb Johnson. We talked about him in a video or two ago, looking at him, former Auburn commitment, early enrollee for Notre Dame, not getting a ton of hype like the other two true freshman linemen are, but seeing him in there. And hard to see who makes the tackle along with Nana Asafo-Mensah. That's a running back, Leo Albano, getting tackled there pretty quickly. You'll have Leo Albano again, the walk-on running back, get eaten up pretty early on in this play. Looks like Aiden Kayana-Aina and Gabriel Rubio, interior defensive lineman. Kayana-Aina, a rising sophomore. Gabe Rubio in his freshman season. I've heard good things about these guys as well. The interior defensive line depth for Notre Dame is very impressive. How about this? There's quarterback Ron Paulus. And how about a completion for RP3? Looks to the left, throws a confident strike over to Connor Radigan, who actually had a really nice catch a few practices ago. He gets out for a few yards, tackled by Justin Walters and Caleb Offord. We'll see Ron Paulus here again, looking to his left. Looks like he's staring down a receiver. And a guy who I've really heard good things about as well, Justin Walters, the true freshman safety who did not have a senior season because Illinois didn't have a season in 2020. And then you see Kyle Hamilton. A lot of comments we get under these YouTube videos is, where's Kyle Hamilton? Where's Kyle Hamilton? There he is. He's out, I believe, all spring with an injury. But he is with the guys. He is fired up. For Justin Walters, a future safety behind Kyle Hamilton, making a nice play there. And Chase Ketterer, a running back for the Irish, another walk-on player. He is brought down by Aiden Kayana. And number 48 on this play, that's our first look at true freshman Viper, Will Schweitzer, former Nebraska commit who Notre Dame flipped once they offered him a scholarship. The following clips here were tweeted out by Braden Lindsay. You can follow him on Twitter at BLSpeedy21. Tyler Buckner looks like 7-on-7 there. Ooh, look at that one-handed snag by Braden Lindsay. Another pass over to Lindsay, tipped by Clarence Lewis, then tipped by Braden Lindsay, tip drill. And then he makes a catch. You see kind of this video is edited up a little bit. I think that's a Jack Cohn pass and a beautiful one to Lindsay with Caleb Offord in coverage. Braden Lindsay, speedster from Oregon. Heard good things about him this spring. Of course, it's springtime. You know, no one's got anything bad to say about guys. Everyone's just really excited. A great time for optimism. That is it for my narration here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and play the 3 minutes of the April 10th practice that Notre Dame sent to the media in its full speed. Before you guys get out of here, please hit the thumbs up to help support what we're doing here on our Blue and Gold YouTube page, and go to blueandgold.com for all of your Notre Dame coverage.